here today because we know that interpersonal violence is an issue that affects us all. Rape is not just a women's issue. Domestic violence is not just a women's issue. These are problems that are everyone's issues, and they will only die out if we stand together strongly and say, I will not tolerate violence in my life. Even though one person alone may not be able to change the world, by presenting a united front, we can change the culture of violence that exists in our society today. These moments of unity and taking a stand against violence, while they may be small and they may seem to you to be insignificant in the grand scheme of things, they will build up over time and create a culture shift towards a safer campus and in turn a safer world. These moments are our green dots. By walking a mile in high-heeled shoes, you are making it known that you are willing to experience the pain that our society inflicts upon people based on their gender, and you are publicly proclaiming your desire to end gender-based violence by raising awarenesses of the injustices perpetuated by a system that condones violence against women. It is very easy to stand by and turn a blind eye to these issues because they don't seem to affect you, but it is important to face these problems head-on before they get worse, because the fact of the matter is, things aren't going to get better unless we all do something. Change doesn't happen overnight, I know, but if we all do our best to create a safer campus and change the world one green dot at a time, I promise you will see tangible change in your own attitudes and your own lives. I want to thank you all for coming to this event, and I know how hard walking these high heels can be, but I promise you that you can do it, and you really are making a much-needed difference to our community.
Everyone, my name is Angela, and I'm here representing the YWCA of Bergen County Rape Crisis Center. And every year we partner with Ramapo College and the Women's Center, and every year I get goosebumps before coming here because I am so proud and honored to be here, but to see all these faces out here, and every year I see new faces. I only see a couple of people from the years past, so that's good. So the word is getting out and new people are coming. But I'm here because we brought the Bergen County Clothesline Project. If you look behind me, you'll see t-shirts, and if you look along the walkway by the arches, you'll also see t-shirts. And these t-shirts represent a small portion of what we have. We have over 1,800 t-shirts, and they're made by survivors of sexual violence, domestic violence, rape, incest. They're made on behalf of survivors of that have been murdered, so some of their families and friends have made them as well. And they use this as a healing tool and a way to express themselves as to how this violence touched their lives. And you yourself may know someone who's been a survivor of violence, or you may be yourself a survivor of violence. And the important thing is to remember that you're not alone, and that you can be there for one another and help one another, which goes along with the whole green dot, which is good. In addition to that, just a couple of things the Rape Crisis Center does. We represent all of Bergen County, and we accompany survivors of sexual violence to hospitals, Planned Parenthood, through the entire legal process. So whatever they need, we try to be there for therapy, referrals, and doing community education, as well as doing awareness events like this. So keep up the good work, and like the t-shirt said, no one can do everything, but everyone can do something. So congratulations, Ramapo, for another wonderful year, and thank you for having us. Woo! She is awesome. I love that we get to have her here every year. Hello, welcome to our event. Hello. So everybody is really familiar with the saying, you don't really know somebody until you can walk a mile in her shoes. And that's what we are here to do today. You are here to live the experience. For a lot of young men in this crowd who have never actually walked in women's high-heeled shoes, you're going to get to feel what 3-inch heels actually feel like. Let's give them a round of applause for that. I see people teeter-tottering when they're standing just around here, so I'm going to be very interested to see the shape that everyone is in after they walk a while. The reason that we're here today isn't really about the shoes, though. The reason that we're here is because we know that violence is something that happens way too often at Ramapo, as it does on way too many college campuses across the country. We had done a survey of Ramapo college students to find out if the statistics that we know about the country are generally true, and what we found out was that 25% of women
and 5% of men have disclosed on that survey that they themselves are a victim of interpersonal violence. And over 70% of people know somebody really close to them who is a victim of this. So this isn't just like national statistics out there, this is real like Ramapo information that we know. When you put on these shoes and walk around campus, you're standing for something. You are loudly proclaiming that you are not okay with violence against women. And this is so crucial that we have examples of men that are willing to put their faces, put their voices, put the shoes on their feet and feel the blisters. It is so important that we are willing to have men out there that are willing to take a stand for this. And it's important because the vast majority of college men do not rape. The majority of them know that 1 in 4 of their female peers being victims of interpersonal violence is not acceptable. The vast majority believe that they have strength, but it is not for hurting, that women should be able to walk safely throughout their own campus at night without fear of being attacked, and that they want their campus to be a safer place for everybody. But when these men stay silent on this issue, they allow the very small minority of men who perpetrate these crimes to speak for them. What we need is men to say, this is not just a women's issue, this is my issue, and those perpetrators do not speak for me. And this is exactly what you're doing here today, and I give you a lot of credit for it.